Good afternoon and welcome to the Business as Unusual show. It is Friday, 4:30. I hope you have a beer in your hand because yes, it is that time. And where we are in the UK at the moment, it's absolutely baking. So there's absolutely no excuse to not have a drink. Can be alcoholic, cannot be alcoholic. Your choice. We'll leave it up to you. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, my name's Luke. I'm the CEO of Sleeping Giant Media and Giant Campus. We're a digital marketing agency and we focus on getting relevant traffic to our clients' websites. So if you're on the channel in terms of YouTube, do check out our content. We have loads of videos talking about all the things that you could be doing to help improve your business and your digital marketing. We have got an awesome guest on the show today who has set a challenge out on LinkedIn. Would he dress up as a pirate? That was the question that he was asking. He needed a certain number of likes. We're going to find out after this. Right, welcome back. So, as I said just before we went into the intro scene, our guest today, Aaron Taylor from 6'2", put it out there to LinkedIn. He had 24 hours. Could he get 250 likes? And if he got 250 likes, he would dress up as a pirate. So let's just quickly go to, we can see this post here. There's the post. What happened? Let's find out. Aaron, can you join us, please, mate?
The question: did he pirate?
Did he pirate? Did he or not pirate? Let's find out.
Drum roll, please.
I can't drum roll, but I will. Oh, here he comes. Look at that outfit. Belter. Right, let's get this.
He pirated.
Yes, he pirated. Yes.
And he is sweating buckets in this thing.
I bet. I mean, it's we were talking pre-show. I mean, this isn't just any old pirate outfit. This is love. There's kind of love and, you know.
This is. It's my pirate. I started discovering my pirate back in university down in Plymouth, actually. So, you know.
How does one discover your pirate?
Yeah. I think there's a pirate in all of us.
There is a pirate in all of us. That is the quote that we will be using going forward. It's genuinely impressive, and we got the post here, and I think we reached 99, I believe. But I appreciate. I mean, clearly, and again, what was interesting is that I know that you posted this as a kind of casual, "I'll dress as a pirate." That'll be hilarious. But the fact is that you love dressing as a pirate. This is the thing that I've now realised since the start of sort of chatting. You mentioned your entire family dressed up as a pirate when you went. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so we enjoy doing escape rooms.
Yeah.
And there's one in Canterbury, and they've got like 3 different themes, and I think we've done all of them now. And one of them was pirates. And it was an actual no-brainer. It was like, okay, so we'll dress as pirates. You know, it was like, okay, we'll dress as pirates. And so, and this is like version 3 of the pirate outfit. Got some version 1 details, such as and the shirt, and then, you know, we've stepped it up with, you know, details on the cufflinks, and got, you know, custom buttons and things like that. And yeah, so we just all went out, spent like a week just like scouring the internet, going to charity shops, just putting together this you know, amazing set pirate outfit. And the guys at the escape room, they just could not believe it. They were like, you like, no one has put in this much effort before.
It's seriously impressive. Guys, if you do have any there's comments now in the chat. I only ever want to see Aaron dressed as a pirate now. So you're kind of setting yourself up for a bit of a fall here, particularly particularly in the heat of summer as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have to sort of optimize the leather jacket and create sort of the summer version of the pirate as well. Which I suspect there should be options there. I suspect there'll be options there.
Well,
like more frills to the shirt.
Talking about it earlier, and you kind of just remove the leather jacket, and you're sort of ready for some beach action, drinking rum on a beach. You know,
nice.
whatever, you know, the thing about pirate is like you got to pirate your own pirate, you know? So it's a state of mind.
What are you talking about? Sorry. Also, just to say, sorry at home because at your screen image keeps on changing. It's a quality thing. It keeps on changing and it keeps on
Right.
changing the size. So we can still see your face, but you're kind of
Okay.
like in and out. So yeah, there, yeah, you're kind of there. So apologies for that. But that's the
Yeah.
joys of live. It was all fine pre-show. It's now not fine when you go live.
Yeah.
So aside from the time that you spend dressed as a pirate, which I now assume is at least 90% of your week, what do you kind of get up to?
Well, so I'm CEO of 62. We're a web design and technology business based in sunny old Ashford International. Yeah, we're experts, and we've been knocking around almost as long as you guys have, haven't we?
A long time.
Um,
A long time. We're
yeah,
12 years
yeah,
this summer. 12 this summer.
yeah. We're 10.
Time flies.
Yeah, and yeah, we've just like we started because, and if you've seen my vlogs, Web Design is Broken, like we started because we realized that people were paying a lot of money and not getting a huge amount out of their websites.
Mm,
And actually, the bit that missing was what I think is like the sort of golden triangle. So you've got um, like technical skills, design skills, and then
mm.
like business acumen as well, being able
Yeah.
to understand how business works, and we've just kind of grown on putting those things together and just producing great websites that help people go beyond, like give you superpowers almost.
Nice. And yeah, so
Um,
I mean, top quality. Obviously, we've done some work with you guys. It's absolutely top quality. Hi,
yeah,
hi
yeah.
to Mark in the chat. Mark Gaisford in the chat. Um,
Hey,
I think I saw a comment about pirate. I've lost my chat window as well. That's now not working. So I'm just seeing what's appearing on the screen. Dan Locke. Everyone thinks a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet is R, but it's not. Their first love is to be the sea. Oh, Dan. Very clever, Dan.
nice.
This
This
pirate
is
joke. I mean, I think this could be a thing now.
this
Theme this.
is
Just theme it. I
yeah.
mean,
I want someone to come up with a pirate haiku.
okay, like it.
That's
That's the
the challenge.
challenge to chat. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that as things progress. Actually, Mark Gaisford in the chat. We're going to
Yeah.
get to a stage a bit later on where we have a halfway mark, and we're
Mm,
looking for marks. You'll see if you're still here in a few minutes' time, you'll see our halfway mark. We need more marks for that. We need to recruit more marks for that. So,
yeah.
Mark Gaisford, if you're up for that, yeah, we want to use you as a halfway mark. So, what have you been up to since this is kind of locked down? You've been running a whole series of strategy sessions. How are they been going on? What's the sort of
Yeah.
structure for those? How they've been working?
So so yeah, lockdown, we kind of all were anticipating it, but still I don't think we'd really thought through what impact that might have on businesses. And different businesses had different reactions. I mean, the government announced the furlough scheme, but some businesses had already like fired quite a lot of people.
Mm,
And so, I'm sort of sat there thinking, okay, well, we're now all restricted from actually moving or even leaving our houses in many cases. Um, you know, businesses like, your website has just become literally the most important like asset within your business. But the FSB reported that I think it's like 96% of small businesses still don't have like a decent web presence.
mm,
Um, and so I'm kind of like looking at it and I'm going, well, look, however long this pandemic lasts, and they always end, um, I don't really want to go into a world where there's like, 20% unemployment.
yeah.
That's going to suck. I don't want my clients to go out of business. I don't, I don't want to see that world. And I especially don't want to see that if I could have done something about it. If,
Mm,
if the reason why people failed was because they weren't able to pivot their business into an online model because they didn't understand digital well enough. And so I was like, well, look, I've got 10 years experience of planning, designing, building, growing websites, like
mm,
working strategies over multiple years with people. So that's got to be worth something to someone. Uh,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I just started these strategy sessions, 1 hour Zoom call, recorded. You get to keep it. Um, we just like talk about how your business has been affected. And once I kind of understand that your customers a little bit more, I just start giving ideas, just like free
Awesome.
ideas and like strategies for like how you can, what to do next. And a lot of the people that I've talked to, they 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 kind of know what to do, like what step three, four, and five is,
Mm.
but it's those steps one and two which a lot of people struggle with,
And just,
and it's been
just, I was
fantastic.
gonna say, I think with one of the guys is hopefully going to post a link in the chat. So anybody watching, there'll be a link to I think the YouTube video, so you can kind of see that. But then
Yeah,
obviously they can get in contact and maybe set one of those
yeah, yeah,
sessions
yeah,
up with you as well, which would be great.
yeah,
What
yeah, absolutely.
what are the sort of the main challenges? Like you said, it's almost those step one, two, like the first steps almost. What is it that sort of is the general bit that holds people back? Do you think?
Um, it's the uncertainty.
Mm.
So a lot of people might not have been pretty particularly active on social media, and so they're not entirely sure what to post on it
Yeah,
or
yeah.
how often. And like, so I'll give one example. There's a salad bar, epic salad bar around the corner called Salata, and in Ashford, and she had a social following, but she didn't really know how to keep people engaged,
Mm.
during this. And I said, like, look, that you, and actually going back, what people are struggling with is how do we start the conversations that we used to start
Yeah,
face to face?
yeah,
So
absolutely, yeah.
business consultants, for example, how do they're used to selling in the room, maybe they'll be giving a talk, um, but the room is gone now.
Mm.
So how do they keep front of people's minds? How do they start those conversations? And so it's kind of coming up with ideas around that. How do you start those conversations? How do you re-engage with people and reconnect with people online?
Mm.
And a lot of it has come down to a lot of the solutions for me have been like like, yeah, email marketing or social media marketing. If you've got physical product, work on having a takeaway service or something like that, or a deliver to your door delivery
Mm.
service. If you're a consultant, offering like free half-hour sessions, no strings attached, and then moving your content into more online models. Maybe there's some tools that you can
Mm.
use to kind of help capture data and things like that. Um, Talked to a voiceover artist, and again, that was about a kind of creating and recycling his
Mm.
content and kind of sharing it and helping people kind of understand what they do. So it's, to be honest, it's things that people should be doing
Yeah,
anyway.
but it's just
It's
suddenly there's more. I've seen a lot of people kind of just there's the fear element of saying the wrong thing, so
mm,
therefore they don't say
yeah,
anything. And I think obviously 10
yeah,
years ago, startup mentality for you, and we're looking at it saying, well, actually, look, just give it a go. Do you know what I mean? What's the worst
yeah,
that can happen, really? Just keep
yeah.
trying, and then find that some of it works, some of it doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because one of the things that I've been saying, which I know you've been saying something very similar, which is that, like, the rules are broken, the rules are
Mm.
gone. Like, it's this new normal needs to be created. We can create it, but because like everything is broken, the whole system is so messed up. What we've actually got is an environment in which you can't really fail commercially
Mm.
now.
Mm.
The government will pay your wage bill for
Yeah.
you. So you can kind of do
Yeah.
anything. It's one of those things where when there are no rules, anything goes, and that's one of the things that it's hard for people to kind of adopt that mindset because we're so used to reducing risk in
Yeah.
business or making calculated risk.
It is
But
relatively low risk, I guess, as you say, because of the support. I mean, that's kind of really unusual situations where there has been that amount of support that you can kind of lean on.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And even if it was just like the rates relief, small business rates relief, like
Mm,
£10,000, no strings attached. Like, what can you do with that? You can save it as liquidity.
absolutely, yeah.
You know, if you're kind of cash positive, you can experiment with that. You can use that to reimagine your
Amazing.
business. And I know that's one of the things that
Yeah, we're talking
you're
about
talking
restart up
about.
mentality. It's like that, it's like
Mm.
the, don't be afraid to fail. It's that kind of, there's a lot of unknowns, kind of working on that mentality, that positivity, rather than the sort of, the fear of
Yeah,
it. Just embracing that unknown, which is like it is when you start a business. You have no clue how it's going to pan out,
yeah,
and you're working relentlessly hard early days with no immediate
yeah.
return, but you're investing now to then to sort of benefit in the long term. I cannot believe it. We are already halfway through this. So this is Mark
No
Gatesford. If you're
way.
listening, I did notice that you said to say that you're in for it. We need your face on this, and after this, we're going to straight into digital news roundup. Okay, it's the halfway mark. Thanks, Mark Gatesford. See you in the next one.
Excellent.
So, guys, welcome back. That is our digital news roundup, which we do every week. Okay, yeah.
Outstanding.
I just thought if I could throw that in. So yeah, I just couldn't leave. I didn't know if you were going to dress up or not, and I didn't want to leave you hanging
Yeah,
if you were. So I was like, you know what? I'll join the crew. I'll join
outstanding.
your ship if that's okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, come on
Thanks, man.
board. Step aboard.
That's our digital news roundup. Those are the key sort of digital stories for the week. This is actually really difficult because I kind of need my peripheral for various things that are over here, but we'll crack on anyway. There's obviously one about kind of the personal data. So when you want to go to a pub. So my understanding of this is that
Mm.
if we, as sort of lockdown is released, you're going to go to the pub. And you need to essentially give over your personal information in case somebody reports coming down with coronavirus. So therefore, they then can sort of trace and track and make sure that then you go through a kind of a self isolation. So that's an interesting one around kind of personal data, and maybe a
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
I guess an insight into what the future might look like more broadly as well.
yeah.
Because this may not be the last we hear of kind of coronavirus.
It is so it is so tricky because in times of crisis, we very quickly give up our civil
Mm,
liberties because exceptional situations require exceptional
mm,
responses. But it's about how do we then make sure that those things put in place can be repealed at sensible times and it doesn't end up and the new normal doesn't end up with increased government oversight or intrusion or something like
mm.
that. It's very tricky. I'm in favor of it in
As long
principle
as.
if it's done in a kind of anonymized fashion and is only for as long as it is needed.
Yeah,
Um, sometimes these things can just like evolve and shift slightly and become something much more sort of
yeah,
sinister. Uh, and it's never really one of these things where it's like you wake up one day and you're like, oh my God, I live in a surveillance state.
mm,
It's always gradual, incremental changes and tweaks
mm,
to.
yeah,
So I struggle with it because the reality is that like sophisticated tracking and tracing will save
mm,
lives. Um, but we also need to respect. We need to make sure that's balanced with our own kind of rights
Yeah.
as kind of individuals and
I think
citizens.
it's an interesting one as well as to I mean the beach scenes. Have you seen some of the beach scenes that are kind of happening around the UK at the moment?
Like in Bournemouth
Yeah,
and
and I mean it's like people seem so keen to get back to that sort of that freedom aspect, but there's so much risk potentially involved with it as well. And then again, it's almost if you're going down the pub, then you've got to give your personal information. Um,
yeah,
it's also quite a difficult balance to strike if you really want I mean, you must really want to go to the pub. Do you know what I mean? You must really want to go to
yeah,
the pub.
yeah.
Um,
And this is it. Like, who stores that? Who stores that
yeah.
information? You go and see a mate. Like, I'm
Mm,
I'm not sure I really trust most pubs to store my data responsibly.
yeah,
Do you know what I
absolutely,
mean?
yeah.
Like, they're pubs, they're not big data companies or anything like
Well, and
that.
we talked
Uh,
about GDPR obviously like before all this kind of kicked off, and it's just a case of
mm,
that suddenly is going to be a very very a lot more difficult because the additional amount of data that's flying, that's
mm.
floating around now just to go to get a pint.
Yeah, yeah. I One of my clients was telling me that business, I think this year, business will be producing more data than consumers and individuals for the first
Wow.
time. Wow. So there's yeah, there's a lot more data around, and do we want to add this extra layer of effectively publicly accessible, like personally identifiable
Yeah.
information? Uh, do you know what I mean? It's there's got to be another way, like some kind of, I don't know, pseudonymized,
Mm,
tokenized system or something like that, where the message can get to you, but it doesn't know who you
yes.
are.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
that's that's
Goes
that's the
goes
kind
through a sort
of
of filter before it kind of gets there. Yeah.
yeah,
We're going to
exactly.
change the tone
Uh,
very slightly. We're getting very serious, very serious. And although I like that, it's a good kind of change. We're going to go into just to basically to check how good your pirate knowledge is. Okay, so for somebody who has got the best pirate outfit I think I've ever kind of witnessed, we have a few um, bits to identify. I haven't seen what comes next, so we'll find out together. Um,
yeah,
okay, let's start off easy.
Jack
Jack
Sparrow.
Sparrow, simple.
Yeah.
His pirate outfit probably not as good as yours though. Just going on to the next one.
Yeah,
That's too easy, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I inspired him,
Oh,
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook. That's still
Still,
easy.
yeah,
Yeah,
still.
Captain Hook. Good pirate knowledge so far. Oh,
Ah, was that Captain
I think you
Pugwash?
might be right. That's what I would go for. Let's have a look. It is Captain Pugwash. Of course. Oh,
We did it. Oh,
it's getting. You can see the image that is clearly not a contemporary pirate.
Davy
Let's have
Jones.
a look.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Yeah, that's.
Yes! Get in! I've just out pirated a pirate.
Oh man, I've never seen him.
Well,
We're all in different parts of the ocean.
you haven't bumped into each other. I gotcha, right, okay. And
Ah,
it's Tim Curry, isn't it? Who is this? I didn't know it. I didn't remember him
uh,
playing a pirate. Oh no, I don't. Who is it? Go on.
ah,
Is that you just making pirate sounds? Ah.
yes. Ah, ah, no, no, I can't do it.
I have no
No,
idea. We'll find out together. Long John Silver.
Long John
What
Silver.
film is that from?
Ah,
What film is that? I don't know. Who is this pirate? Oh, this is. I was waiting for the Goonies to emerge. I wondered if the Goonies might arrive here. Um,
oh,
there's a really good
um,
YouTube series at the moment as well with Josh Gad, where he gets people back together again. So he gets the whole
oh,
cast of the
like he
Goonies.
got the 18 back
Yeah,
together. That guy.
and also the Fellowship of the Ring. So it's a Zoom call with all of them. You
Seriously,
have to watch that. It's amazing. I then from watching that,
I've
I
never.
then went to watch the entire Lord of the Rings, start to finish,
Yeah.
director's
Oh,
cut.
God, it's got to be
Yeah.
done.
So
How many times have you done that? The full trilogy?
um, probably like 5 or 6 times now. So
I think Helen and I we've done it 4 times now.
It is
It's just
just
a
every time I
wonderful
finish, I'm
experience.
like, oh my god, I want to watch that again. It's so
Yeah.
good. But I just haven't got that much time. It takes us about 4 weeks to get through it in like hour stints. So anyway, who is this pirate? Come on, this is from the
Oh,
Goonies. Oh,
oh,
oh god, I can't remember now.
I saw that film like once a
Okay, we'll
very
find
long
out. We'll
time
find
ago,
out.
and all I can remember is a kid running in the
There's
circle.
Data. I remember Data. He did that kind of that cool tricks that he did. One-eyed Willie, of course. No giggling. Get Aaron. No
Giggling.
giggling, please. Last. I think this is the last one. Who's this pirate?
I have no
I have no
idea.
idea.
I mean,
Patchy
SpongeBob,
the pirate.
Pat, of
Oh,
course,
this is the last
Patchy
one now.
is that.
I have no
Um,
idea.
uh,
Let's have another. Let's have a look. Getting Anne
Anne
Bonny, the
Bonny.
most famous female pirate of all time.
Oh, I like the way they put that
Yeah,
in, like
nice.
just like sort of rub a bit of salt in the
Very
wound
much
there.
so. Well, to be honest,
That was an educational
it was
round.
educational for both of us. I do feel that you need to
Mm,
now work on your pirate knowledge, not just your pirate outfit. I think is kind
yeah.
of what I would.
Are you saying that there's more to pirate than just like
I think
dressing
there's.
and
I
having?
mean, there's. We talked before. There's what I don't want to say because if I say it wrong, it's gonna. Yeah, I'll see that again as a meme or something. But there's obviously the kind of the craft, but there's also there's also probably some basic knowledge I think that pirates should have. It's like a kind of like a
Yeah,
driving test. Surely there must be some sort of pirate test that you have to go
yeah,
through.
pirate theory
Yeah, I'd
test.
like to think there must be
Yeah.
something there. So, yeah, work on your pirate knowledge is all I'd say. Your dress up game epic. Working on the knowledge on the to do list.
All
What
right.
is so before because we're getting running out of time as I can barely see, but it's
Oh,
over there. I need to hang on. That's what I need to do. I realise that I've not thought that one properly through. I could have done that. Help my vision
uh,
with that bit.
yeah,
Um,
that's
kind of
all the difference.
makes it a bit kind of cross-eyed. What are some of the examples of businesses that have been doing an epic job kind of during lockdown? Any kind of ones you want to kind of give a shout
Yeah,
out to?
yeah. There's loads. There's one that has been like kind of head and shoulders above the rest, and that's St. Augustine's College of
Okay.
Theology. They're a place where you go, you do your ordering if you want to become a priest,
Hmm.
and they've done some amazing things. They're the Reverend, like the head Reverend, made a comment saying like, well, lockdown, we could treat it like a retreat, doing a retreat at your own home, and this kind of idea caught got some momentum behind it, and they were like, well, can we have a retreat on the website, so a members only area where people can log in and they're like posting podcasts on there of kind of daily meditations like that. They've launched they've got some they got some branded merchandise, so
Oh
they're
wow,
selling that through their website as well. It's just like they've been doing like so many things. It's been amazing.
that's awesome.
Online donations, which was something that was in the pipeline, got
Hmm.
accelerated. And
I
like
bet.
when they launched, so we built this members area, this retreat for them, and we done the very silly thing of leaving our open to get notified when there were signups, and we had to turn it off because like over 700 people signed up over like a couple of days,
Hmm.
um, which is just like absolutely nuts. And the traffic to the website, the engagement is up, bounce rate on, return visits, like everything is just like it's just gone absolutely fantastic, and they've really, really just embraced digital, and it's a great case study of kind of how you can use your website to enhance your services and bring more to your customers and bring more to your audience. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
Awesome. It's great to hear, and I think one of the best things I've enjoyed about this show, particularly, is hearing about these innovations that different businesses and sometimes and often the businesses that you would not think would be
Yeah,
doing that sort of thing, and it's just like it's so out of their comfort zone, but they've managed to sort of pivot, turn things around, and come up with something
yeah.
inspirational, which is just great to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh, I seem to have gone
You
small
keep
again.
moving around. It's a sort of, I don't know what's going on. It's like a bandwidth
It's my
thing.
pirate powers.
It is, it's yeah, it's yar. It must be that. I don't quite know what's going on there, but yes, we can still hear you. I think so. We'll just
Yeah.
press on. As I said, it's the joys of a live show. But we are absolutely out of time. Aaron, you've been an absolute star. Thanks for firstly getting involved so much with
Yeah. No,
the
thanks for
promotion.
having
It
me on.
was awesome, and again, the stuff that you've been doing is absolutely fantastic, and the kind of knowledge you can share. So if anybody's watching and wants to help with pivoting, realigning their business, or just bouncing some ideas around, I really would strongly encourage you to have a chat with Aaron. He's got some great knowledge
Yeah.
that you can kind of tap into.
Hello at 62.tech or me personally, Aaron at 62.tech, SIXTWO.TECH. Yeah, strategy sessions, no strings attached. Just 1 hour, one to one. See if we can't help you find a way through this madness.
This madness, we will get there. We will get there for sure. But again, thanks a lot for coming on, mate. And no doubt, hopefully, catch up in the real world at some point in the near future.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I'll invite you around, but I need your personal details. That's the only kind of
Yes.
caveat to it. So. Nice. Well, enjoy the weekend, guys. That is it from us. We will be back here, maybe or maybe not dressed as a pirate. I just don't know. Next Wednesday, I think we've got somebody from Infotech. Probably going to be talking about cybersecurity, something that's been kind of obviously on the rise with everything that's been moving to working from home. So hopefully we'll see